We have wonderful callers. Snake handling is a big topic. What is speaking in tongues? Carolyn on KSFO, I think you're going to have the last word on the program tonight. What about speaking in tongues? No, I hit the wrong one. Line 5. Give me line 5. Carolyn, go ahead, please.
The truth is that properly translated, there's no verse of Scripture that refers to speaking in tongues. It has to be a translated. Somebody either has to know Hebrew, Greek, Latin, Spanish, whatever. They're speaking. It's not just babble. And if it is, they're not talking to God. They're just babbling.
Well, what is it? When they speak in tongues, you mean these are people who are literate in several languages who speak in different languages to God?
They speak to God. Yes, it's a gift, and like I said, it's only referred like Mr.
Do you have to be knocked over your head in order to do this?
No, it's something that comes over you. You know, like.
Yeah, but wait. This is an interesting question. You're telling me an average uneducated person could speak in 3 languages even though they never studied them?
Supposedly, I've never done it. I've never seen it done.
I've read stories of guys who never spoke a language and they wake up after an accident. They're speaking a foreign language.
There you go.
You know, I've heard about that because the human mind is fathomless. Don't get scared when I tell you that, but it's true. You're not limited. You're not limited by what you know. You're not limited by what you see. You're not limited by what you've done. You're not at all limited by that. Of course, look, I don't want to get into this whole thing, but this goes back to the whole mistaken notion that drugs will lead you to the entire capacity of your mind, which is the utter ridiculously opposite of what the truth is. Drugs limit your mind. They distort what you can do. They make you think that you can do these things when you can't. And that's why a lot of fools, for example, went on LSD and they thought they were communing with a gorilla, and they go into a gorilla cage in a zoo and get killed by the gorilla. It's happened many times because drugs distort your reality. They don't expand your consciousness. Drugs distort your consciousness. They do not expand your mind. The 60s were mistaken on that, and it was very noble in its reach, but it didn't go where it wanted to. It didn't take people where they were supposed to go. There were still people wandering around the streets of Berkeley blowing bubbles who took too much acid. Well, that finishes another great broadcast week for me. Here on the East Coast, it's almost 6 o'clock, and right after I'm through, I'll tell you where I'm going. Yeah, and it's a vodka not owned by Trump. This is the Savage Nation. See you next week in California. Thanks for being here.